Welcome to another episode of Chats with Nick podcast. And I'm your host, Nick. Today we have a very special guest, and her name is Lex. Lex, awesome human being, where she is an entrepreneur and she utilizes rocks and crystals to heal people. So I am super excited to have her today. So do me a favor, let's welcome Miss Lex. Hey, you all, we have Miss Lex in the building. All right. And today, this lady is a healer, literally. She got the crystals on. You see it. I know you see it. I'm not young jock, but I know you see it, okay? With that being said, I know that you're an entrepreneur. Like, how did you begin this process of entrepreneurship and making jewelry?
Yeah. So this was a long time coming for me. I started off as a very shy and sheltered child. I used to go out with my dad and collect crystals and rocks and find arrowheads and stuff with him. And eventually I struggled a lot with just feeling unimportant. It was a huge self-worth thing for me, as far as seeing all of these amazing people, growing up, who had become really powerful in their passion. They knew kind of what they were working towards. They knew where to go. They were doing what they loved, right? And so as I grew, I just started to get more and more involved in making beautiful things. My creativity kind of sparked as I was coming up. And so one day I just saw these beautiful crystals. I have a huge treasure box full of crystals, and I just picked one up and I found a YouTube video and I just started.
Wow. So. That is literally awesome. So, do you remember when you made your first one?
I do. So that was only a few years ago, actually. I was just out of college and trying to kind of figure out something that I could do to make some extra money. When you're in, I dropped out of college. I failed at college, really. And I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to do something that I loved. And so when I made my first piece, it was really simple. It was really ugly. It was really, it didn't look good. It didn't have what it's grown into now, but when I did it, I was so proud of it. It took, within a few weeks, I was making better and better pieces, and it was I just felt happy to be doing something I loved,
Absolutely. Now, I know we talked about crystals, but is there anything special about these crystals? What are the elements of them? How do you select them? How do you arrange them?
For me, that is, like I said, I've always been drawn to them, but for everyone, crystals and rocks have been around for millions of years. These things have been around longer than any of us have been. And so they carry an energy. They carry the energy of time. They carry the energy of people who have touched them, people who have felt them, who have worked with them. And every stone has a meaning and a purpose. This one, for instance, is a dendritic opal. This one brings in prosperity. Now, the one that I have for you is an African turquoise. I choose them based off of their energy, I guess, and then I create something to make it more beautiful. I like to not make the stone beautiful, but I like to enhance its beauty so that it can make someone else feel happy, Luckily for me, all of my pieces, even if they don't sell right away, they always find someone who needs them, and I love that.
That is awesome. So who has been that one person that you would say through this journey, who is that person?
Yes, so that would actually be my friend Madeline. She was the first one who ever bought a piece of my jewelry. She was the one who was this is really great, how much do you want for it? She wasn't when I offer someone it for free or whatever, it's you know, she wanted to support, and that was huge for me. Like, just being able to actually be paid for my passion, you know, like when I started to make, like, I made her a piece, and she absolutely loved it, and I've made her over 6 pieces at this point, and she always loves it. So when you find your tribe, you know, and you find your fan base, that's kind of when you know you have something, I guess.
Absolutely. And what I can hear from this, and I'm almost certain that I'm extremely moved, because one thing that I experience is it's support. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hear the underlying thing is support. Mm-hmm. And it's a blessing when you get someone to be able to support your dreams.
Mm-hmm. It is. I definitely agree with that. I mean, just finding someone who loves what you do, who's willing to, like, help you through it, who can give you criticism, you know, if need be, and it's like, that's not great, like, you can do better. That's huge to me. Like, having someone who can be honest with you and say, you can do better, you know, that kind of support is legendary to me.
Absolutely, because it's kind of like having a life coach in a way, because mm-hmm. what they're doing, it's not just a criticism, it's more so like if you're trying to go up an uphill ladder, mm-hmm. right? This person is, if they notice that you're dropping a little bit, mm-hmm. like if you're in an airplane, if you're like reducing in altitude, mm-hmm. they're like, I notice that you're reducing, mm-hmm. I need you to continue to incline, mm-hmm. because I know what you are capable of. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm almost certain that probably had a lot to do with your trajectory and why you continue mm-hmm. to look into other things.
That's huge, actually.
Like marketing.
Yeah.
So tell us, what can you do for us, like, as far as marketing, like how, like, I know you have your own business, what is it called, and things of that nature?
So I have a business named Mythics, and that is my jewelry business. That is where I make all of the creative stuff that I enjoy, but I have so many passions, and as I was coming up, everyone was like, focus on one, choose one, do one thing. I'm not wired that way.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Like, so it was just, I had to kind of recognize that I can do all of these things if I want to. Now, focusing on one thing at a time is kind of crucial for me, and I struggle with that. But, you know, I've had the opportunity to create businesses and fail businesses. I've failed with businesses before. I had a business before doing something called drop shipping with a store called Sparkle Cornea. It was all unicorns, and it was all like, it was just, you know, I failed, but I enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from it, and that brought me to learning about marketing. That really brought me into taking all of my passions and trying to drive them towards something, you know. So I offer marketing, I offer jewelry, I offer advice, you know, that sort of a thing, and I don't know exactly where it will take me, but it's been nice so far.
You know what? I actually was just reading something that Chris Brown posted, mm-hmm. and he said, shoot your shot, mm-hmm. because you will miss 100 mm-hmm. of those shots that you don't take. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, Lex is a girl shooting shots out there, because the truth is that you can shoot your shot and you might hit, mm-hmm. and next thing you know, you got your own business, mm-hmm. like office building, like you're mm-hmm. constantly growing, because think about it, it's businesses like Uber, mm-hmm. who just, you know, mm-hmm. with just a little app, who wants to join?
Right.
And then it grew into this huge thing. And then now you got Uber everywhere. Yeah. Look at Amazon. Yeah. He just started off kind of, you know, with the same concept.
He was in a small office.
Exactly.
Like, crazy to me, honestly. But they did it.
Yeah, and it starts with an idea. Mm-hmm. It starts with that idea.
That is
and
it.
What I can see in you, and this is what I love and I want to share, mm-hmm. is that you have to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm. That took a lot of time for me. It really did. And I know that there are a lot of other people who have also felt that way, is that you might feel like somebody else is going to be better at it than you or whatever. But, you know, the thing that they did is they actually took the initiative. They did something with it. They might have felt the same way you did, but they believed in themselves and they did it. And that's honestly the beginning of a great life story.
Most definitely.
You know, it starts with an idea, and then it starts with the belief in the idea, and then you're golden.
Exactly. Literally, it sounds like you just got to get up off the couch, mm-hmm.
and
do it.
Do it.
Yeah. But you know what? Talk to me about standing up and do it, because you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to
It
just, it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you stand up and walk in your purpose and do what it is that you want to do?
I can say honestly, and this is me being completely honest, that I still struggle with this. I still struggle with getting up to do things. Like sometimes I don't feel like it, you know, and I'm working on that actively every day. But as far as, you know, starting with the jewelry and everything, it was like I started just with a YouTube video. I watched a YouTube video. I tried it 1,000 times. I rewrapped it. I wasted so much wire. I really did. And I really enjoyed the process of it though. And then eventually I could see myself, I could imagine the pieces that I was creating and what they would look like. And if I can live up to the idea in my mind, then that's where I want to be.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. So now, where can people contact you?
Yes, so I have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Right now, I am in the middle of creating a new website,
Okay.
but right now I have Mythix. It's MYTH_X. I'm sorry, MYTHI_X. Sorry, and then you can find me on Etsy at Sparkle Cornea as well. So I have both of those as well. But I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. So
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Now, you heard it best. You see that beautiful stone she has right here? She made it herself.
I have one for you as well.
Ah. Special guests with special treats.
I do. This one is for you. I know you said you're not really too into crystals, but I wanted to make you something that kind of inspired me for you.
Thank you
This
so
is an
much.
African turquoise.
Wow.
I wrapped that. I wanted to do something simple for you, but I hope you love it. I hope you love it.
I love it.
There we go.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Most
I so
definitely.
appreciate the opportunity.
Well, you see my crystal, man. It's African. I'm African American. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to Chats with Nick podcast. And stay tuned because there's a next episode coming. I'm out.